Close your eyes and picture this, darling. You're 30 years from now, sitting at your favorite cafe, the one with the velvet chairs and the fresh peonies on every table, and you're checking your phone, not for work emails, not for your boss' latest urgent request. You're watching dividends roll into account, $3,000 this month, $5,000 next month, money that works while you sleep, while you travel, while you live your actual life. That's not fantasy. That's what happens when you make 7 specific investment moves in your 20s, and I'm about to walk you through every single one. Let me be completely honest with you. Most women in their 20s and 30s feel like they're trying to navigate home couture with a discount mall budget. You're earning decent money, maybe 50,000, maybe 75,000, but after rent, student loans, and yes, the occasional splurge that keeps you sane, the idea of building wealth feels like something for women who inherited money or married into it. I'm here to tell you that's absolutely not true. The 7 investments I'm about to share aren't for trust fund babies. They're for you, the woman who's got $25 to $100 a week and the intelligence to use it strategically. Here's what nobody tells you. Your 20s aren't just about surviving financially. They're about setting up systems, quiet, powerful systems that compound over decades. Think of it like this. You wouldn't build a capsule wardrobe by buying everything at once, right? You'd invest in one perfect blazer, then a classic white shirt, then the boots that go with everything. Wealth building works the same way. Strategic pieces acquired consistently that work together to create something extraordinary. So let's talk about the 7 Luxe investments that will build your $1 million future. Not someday, starting today. Investment number 1. Your tax advantage retirement accounts. The Hermes Birkin of your financial wardrobe. Darling, if wealth building were fashion, your 401k and Roth IRA would be the Birkin bag. Iconic, essential, appreciating in value, while everyone else wishes they bought one sooner. Here's exactly how this works. If your employer offers a 401k match, that's free money. Literally, if they match up to 5% of your salary and you're making $60,000, that's $3,000 a year. They're handing you just for showing up and contributing. You wouldn't walk past a $3,000 bill lying on the sidewalk, would you? Then don't leave employer match on the table. But let's talk about the real magic, the Roth IRA. This is where you're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. You contribute after tax money, now up to $7,000 a year if you're under 50 and that money grows completely tax-free. Not tax-deferred, tax-free. When you're 60 and pulling out $500,000, the IRS doesn't get a penny. That's not luck. That's architecture, darling. Let me show you the math, because this is where it gets beautiful. Say you max out your Roth IRA every year from age 25 to 35, just 10 years. That's $70,000 in contributions. You then stop contributing entirely and let it grow at an average 10% annual return. By age 65, that account is worth over $1.4 million. You put in $70,000, you walked away with $1.4 million. That's a 20 times return on your money. Now let's talk about the backbone of your investment wardrobe, index funds. If you've ever felt overwhelmed trying to pick individual stocks, wondering if you should buy Tesla or Apple or that biotech company your cousin mentioned, let me simplify your life. You don't need to pick winners, you need to own the entire game. An index fund is like buying a perfectly curated capsule collection instead of gambling on one trendy piece. The S&P 500 Index Fund, for example, gives you ownership in 500 of the largest US companies: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Johnson & Johnson. You're not betting on one horse, you're owning the whole stable. Here's why this matters for you specifically. Index funds have low fees. We're talking 0.03% to 0.20% annually, compared to 1% to 2% for actively managed funds. The difference sounds tiny, but over 30 years, a 1% fee can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. You wouldn't pay $200 for a scarf you could get for $20, right? Same principle. And the performance? The S&P 500 has averaged about 10% annual returns over the past century. Not every year. Some years it's up 30%, some years it's down 20%, but averaged over time, it's the most reliable wealth-building vehicle available to regular people like us. Let me paint this picture for you. You invest $200 a month into an S&P 500 index funds starting at age 25. That's $2,400 a year. By age 55, assuming the 10% average return, you'll have approximately $450,000. You contributed $72,000 total, the other $378,000. That's compound interest, doing the heavy lifting while you lived your life. Investment number 3, dividend, pay in stocks. The investment that pays you to own it. Okay, this is where things get really interesting. Darling, imagine owning a Chanel jacket that paid you $50 every time you wore it. Sounds absurd, right? But that's essentially what dividend paying stocks do. You own them and they pay you cash regularly, usually quarterly. Just for being a shareholder, here's how this works. Companies like Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble, and Johnson & Johnson have paid dividends for decades. They're profitable, stable, and they share those profits with shareholders. When you own 100 shares of a stock that pays a $2 annual dividend per share, you receive $200 a year in cash. You didn't sell anything, you didn't work extra hours, you just own the stock. But here's where the strategy gets sophisticated. You take those dividends and reinvest them buying more shares. Those new shares generate more dividends, which buy more shares, which generate more dividends. This is called a direct dividend reinvestment plan, and it's the ultimate set it and forget it wealth builder. Let me show you real numbers. Say you invest $5,000 in a dividend stock yielding 4% annually. That's $200 in dividends the first year. If you reinvest those dividends and the stock grows at 8% annually, after 30 years, your $5,000 becomes approximately $65,000. You contributed $5,000 once, the rest is growth and reinvested dividends working in harmony. Now scale that up. If you invest $200 monthly into dividend stocks with a DRA of over 30 years, you could easily be looking at $300,000 to $400,000, depending on the stocks you choose and their growth rates. And by that point, your annual dividend income alone could be $12,000 to $20,000. That's passive income, darling. That's money while you sleep. Investment number 4. Real estate investment trusts own property without the landlord drama. Let's talk about real estate because I know what you're thinking, Betty. I can barely afford my rent. How am I supposed to buy property? Here's the secret. The wealthy have known forever. You don't have to buy physical property to profit from real estate. You can invest in REITs, real estate investment trusts. Think of a REIT as a company that owns income-producing real estate apartment buildings, shopping centers, office buildings, hotels. You buy shares in the REIT and you get a slice of the rental income and property appreciation without ever unclogging a toilet or dealing with a tenant at 2 a.m. Here's what makes REITs particularly delicious for wealth building. By law, they must distribute at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders as dividends. That means high dividend yields, often 3 to 6% or more. Compare that to the average S&P 500 dividend yield of around 1.5%, and you can see why REITs deserve a spot in your portfolio. Let me give you a practical example. You invest $3,000 in a diversified REIT that yields 5% annually. That's $150 in dividends the first year. Reinvest those dividends, add $100 monthly, and assume 8% total annual returns. After 20 years, you're looking at approximately $75,000. You contributed about $27,000. The rest is appreciation and compounding dividends. And here's the lifestyle piece. REITs give you exposure to real estate, markets across the country, or even internationally without being tied to one property in one city. If you move for work or life, your investment moves with you. That's flexibility. That's smart.
Investment number 5, your skills and education, the investment that pays immediate dividends. Now let's talk about the investment nobody puts on their vision board, but absolutely should yourself, specifically your earning power. Here's the truth, darling, you can invest $100 a week into stocks, but if you're stuck at a $50,000 salary for the next decade because you never upskilled, you're leaving massive money on the table. Meanwhile, the woman who invests $2,000 in a certification, a course, or a coach that helps her jump from $50,000 to $70,000, she just gave herself a $20,000 annual raise. That's a 10 times return in year 1. Show me a stock that does that.
Let me be specific. Say you're in marketing and you invest $1,500 in a Google Analytics certification. and a course on SEO strategy. That credential helps you land a new role with a $15,000 salary bump. Over 10 years, that's $150,000 in additional earnings before you even account for future raises and compounding career growth. That $1,500 investment returned $150,000. That's a 100 times return. Or maybe you're in tech and you spent $3,000 on a coding bootcamp that transitions you from a $55,000 admin role to an $85,000 developer role. That's $30,000 more per year over a career that's easily $1 million decision. This isn't just about formal education, it's about strategic skill building, public speaking courses, negotiation workshops, learning a second language, building a personal brand on LinkedIn. These aren't soft skills, they're income multiplier. And here's the compounding effect. Higher income means you can invest more if you're investing $200 a month at a $50,000 salary, but a $20,000 raise lets you invest $500 a month. You've just accelerated your wealth building timeline by years, possibly decades. Investment number 6, a high yield savings account and emergency fund, your financial safety net in cashmere. I know this doesn't sound sexy. I know you want to hear about stocks that double overnight. But let me tell you why this is non-negotiable. An emergency fund is the difference between a financial setback and financial ruin. Here's the scenario: you're investing $300 a month into your portfolio. You're doing everything right. Then your car breaks down, $1,200 repair, you don't have cash. So you pull from your investments, selling at a loss because the market's down that month, or worse, you put it on a credit card at 22% interest. That one emergency just cost you thousands in lost growth and interest charges. Now imagine this: instead, you've got $5,000 sitting in a high yield savings account earning 4 to 5% interest. The car breaks down, you pay cash, you don't touch your investments, you don't go into debt. You rebuild the emergency fund over the next few months and keep moving forward. That's not boring, that's powerful. Here's my rule: build a $1,000 starter emergency fund first, then aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses. If your monthly expenses are $3,000, that's $9,000 to $18,000. Yes, it takes time, but this is the foundation that lets you invest aggressively without fear. And don't just stop this in a regular savings account, earning 0.01% interest. Use a high-yield savings account. As of now, many are offering 4 to 5% APY on $10,000. That's $400 to $500 a year in interest. It's not going to make you rich, but it's better than letting your bank profit off your money while giving you nothing. Okay, we've covered retirement accounts, dividend stocks, REITs, and emergency savings. Now let's talk about the investment vehicle that gives you freedom, a taxable brokerage account filled with low-cost ETFs. Here's why this matters. Your 401k and Roth IRA are incredible, but they come with rules. You generally can touch that money before age 59 and a half without penalties. What if you want to retire early? What if you want to buy a house at 40? What if you want to take a sabbatical at 35? You need accessible money that's still growing. Enter the taxable brokerage account. No contribution limits, no age restrictions. You can invest $10 or $10,000. You can withdraw anytime. And if you invest in low-cost ETFs, exchange-traded funds, you get instant diversification, low fees and tax efficiency, low fees and tax efficiency, low fees and tax efficiency. You can. Let me give you a strategy. Open a brokerage account with Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. Invest in a total market ETF like VTI or a total international ETF like VXUS. Set up automatic investments, say $150 a month. Let it grow. Here is the math. You invest $150 a month for 20 years at an average 9% return. That's $36,000 in contributions. Your account grows to approximately $100,000. Now, because this is a taxable account, you'll pay capital gains taxes when you sell. But if you hold for over a year, that's long-term capital gains, which is taxed at 0%, 15%, or 20%, depending on your income. That's way better than ordinary income tax rates. And here's the lifestyle flexibility. At age 45, you decide to take a year off to travel or start a business. You've got $100,000 in your taxable account. You can access it. No penalties, no waiting until 59 and a half. You've built wealth and freedom simultaneously. Now let's talk about what this all looks like together. Imagine you're 25 years old. You commit to the 7-part strategy. You max out your Roth IRA, $7,000 a year. You contribute 10% to your 401k with employer match, $6,000 from you, $3,000 from your employer. You invest $100 a month into dividend stocks with DRIP $1,200 a year. You invest $50 a month into REITs, $600 a year. You invest $1,500 a year into skill building and education. You build and maintain a $10,000 emergency fund in a high-yield savings account. You invest $150 a month into a taxable brokerage account, $1,800 a year. That's a total of about $21,100 a year in investments and savings. If you're earning $60,000, that's 35% of your gross income. Is it aggressive? Yes. Is it impossible? Absolutely not, especially when you account for employer match, tax deductions, and lifestyle adjustments. Now let's fast forward 30 years. You're 55, your Roth IRA with $7,000 annual contributions and 10% average returns, approximately $1.3 million. Your 401k IRA with $9,000 total annual contributions and 10% returns, approximately $1.7 million. Your dividend stocks with $100 monthly contributions and 8% returns, approximately $180,000. Your REITs with $50 monthly contributions and 8% returns, approximately $90,000. Your taxable brokerage with $150 monthly contributions and 9% returns, approximately $300,000. That's over $3.5 million in investment accounts alone, not counting the salary increases from your skill investments, not counting the compounding career growth, not counting any bonuses, side income, or windfalls along the way. Do you see what's happening here, darling? You started with $25 to $100 a week. You made 7 strategic decisions. You automated the process and you built a multi-million-dollar future. Betty, what if the market crashes? Here's the truth. The market will crash multiple times over 30 years, and every single time it recovers and goes higher. The 2008 financial crisis, the market fully recovered by 2013. The COVID crash in 2020 recovered in months. If you're investing consistently, especially in index funds and dividend stocks, you're actually buying more shares when prices are low. That's called dollar cost averaging, and it's your secret weapon. What if I can't invest this much? Then invest what you can. $25 a week into a Roth IRA is $1,300 a year over 30 years at 10% returns. That's over $236,000. You're not behind. You're just starting. And starting is everything. What if I'm already 35 and haven't started? Then you've got 30 years until 65. The math still works, the strategies still work. The only difference between starting at 25 and starting at 35 is 10 years of compounding, which yes is significant, but starting at 35 is 10 years of compounding, which yes is significant, but starting at 35 is infinitely better than starting at 45 or never starting at all. This isn't about deprivation. This isn't about living in your parents' basement eating ramen while every dollar goes to investments. This is about being intentional, strategic. It's about recognizing that the latte isn't the enemy. It's the mindless $200 a month on subscriptions you don't use. It's the $150 dinner you didn't really enjoy. It's the fast fashion haul that sits in your closet unworn. You're not sacrificing your 20s and 30s. You're designing them. You're building a life where at 50 or 55 or 60, you have options. Where you can say no to the job that drains you. Where you can say yes to the sabbatical, the business idea, the life you actually want. That's not luck. That's not inheritance. That's 7 strategic investments made consistently over a decade. So here's my question for you, darling. Are you ready? Are you ready to stop scrolling through luxury? You can afford and start building wealth that makes luxury a choice. not a fantasy? Are you ready to treat your financial future with the same care you treat a Birkin bag or a Chanel jacket? As an investment, not an expense. The difference between where you are and where you want to be isn't talent. It isn't luck, it's decision. One decision to start today. Your future self, the one sipping that caramel macchiato in the cafe with the velvet chairs, watching dividends roll in, she's waiting for you to make the move. Don't keep her waiting.